Hi, and welcome to Canadian Framelines Weekly Update number 14.
Yay.
It's April Fool's Day! We're actually not doing anything fooly. It is the Canadian Framelines Weekly Update number 14. We're not screwing with you.
No, we're not Google.
Not Google. Damn, the NES 8-bit thing got me so stoked!
We'll link to it.
We'll link to it.
Below.
Look at it. It's still pretty good. I'm Ryder White.
And I'm Alex Caulfield. And yeah, so in case you didn't hear, because you've been living under a rock, PET passed its motor vehicle inspection. So, yay! Yay! But now we have to move on to everything else in the project. So this week we've been able to focus a little bit more on some other creative elements of our little Canadian Framelines gig here. And mostly what we're thinking about doing after our tour finishes. Well, a little bit before, but also after.
Yeah, well, one of the concerns that we've had with this project, and maybe some other people might have raised, is we're going around collecting people's stories and images and essentially taking them out in the field to show us whatever they want to show and show the rest of their, Canadian fellows what they want to show of their own personal opinions of Canadian identity and their own town's specific flavor. But then we would be taking all of this footage and kind of using it for our installation at the end, and then also maybe for whatever sort of fixed time sort of product we might choose to do at the end. So we want to really open this up because we don't want to just go out in the field, take all of these images and hoard them for ourselves, our own personal gain, because that would be really, really unethical.
Yeah.
So we proposed a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first thing is an extension of our online interactive stuff.
Yeah, well, if you've read our website, we have a program we're setting up for online participation. Essentially, for people who won't be in the towns or won't be around the towns that we're visiting, they can submit photos, videos, and written text that they feel expresses Canadian identity or they're part of Canadian identity. And that gets put into a map that is going to be interactive, and you can go around and click on different places in the map and see stories and photos from there.
And so what we really want to do is take a kind of an extension of this and it has kind of turned it into something that you can work with the actual media that's being shot in these cities, the Super 8 that we're shooting. We kind of got this idea from a documentary called RIP, a Remix Manifesto, which is about remixing and copyright and mostly girl talk and a bunch of other stuff. But one of the cool things that the filmmaker, Brett Gaylor, who's from BC, did is he opened up all of his footage online for other people to remix. And so we are looking at doing something like that as well. So we'd take all this, bulk of Super 8 footage from across the country,
digitize it,
upload it, and then have you, the viewer and participant, take down as much footage as you want, use it for your own projects with a, Creative Commons sort of attribution, open thingy.
Yeah, and then
the copyright thing really gets me, but that's kind of what we're going for. You get the idea.
Yeah, and once you put it together, we'd really like it if you'd show us what you did, because, share. We want to see what you did with the footage we were able to collect.
We've even hinted at making a competition of sorts for the best sort of thematic approaches to reusing of other footage. So
yeah, we'll have to think of some nifty prizes.
That's one of the cool, exciting things that we want to do as well.
Yeah.
And then we also want to make sure that our sort of mechanism stays intact, that Canadian Framelines as an educational tool doesn't end after the trip next year.
So we want to keep PET running, and we're going to make a bit of a mobile film school where anywhere around the country where people are interested, we can travel in our trusty old bus, show up, and teach people how to use Super 8 or other gauge film even, but Super 8 is pretty cheap and accessible. Have them shoot it, teach them how to process it, and screen it for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Kind of like a sort of a mobile version of Phil Hoffman's Film Farm, which is another great Canadian institution.
Yeah.
So, take a look at them. We'll post a link to that as well,
All
because that's
sorts,
pretty cool.
all sorts of links down here.
But I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week. If you have any other cool ideas for things that we could do after the trip,
or during the trip, we're probably
right now, if we could do something cool tomorrow and you want to tell us about it, email us, CanadianFramelines@gmail.com.
Otherwise, you can follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. And leave comments anywhere and everywhere and let us know what you think, what you'd like to see more of, because it's interactive. We need you to do anything.
I'm going to steal a line from that New Jersey businesswoman. And if you like it, like it.
There you go. I'm going to link to her too, Maria Forleo. She's super spunky like this. I might dance more like her. Way more so.
All right.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Good night.
Bye.